Well, for the first time, we are hearing from former LMPD Chief Steve Conrad about his reaction to the DOJ investigation into the police department.
WDRB's Valerie Chin explains his answers to accusations of racial discrimination and violating people's rights.
Would you agree that LMPD conducted search warrants based on invalid warrants?
Objection to form. You can answer if you know.
I don't know, but if it's in there, I assume it happened.
Steve Conrad in the hot seat, the former LMPD chief who was in office from 2012 to 2020, answering questions about his leadership just a week after the U.S. Department of Justice's scathing report into the department he used to run.
Would you agree that LMPD unlawfully executed search warrants without knocking and announcing?
Objection to form. You can answer if you know.
I'm sure there were situations where that occurred, yes.
Gregory Sims, the attorney of the family of Shelby Gazaway, questioned Conrad this week as part of a lawsuit against LMPD. LMPD officers in 2019 shot and killed Gazaway outside the Portland Kroger. That's after Gazaway was identified by witnesses as firing a gun inside the grocery store and later firing shots at officers. While Sims questioned Conrad about the Gazaway case, he also asked about the DOJ report.
Would you agree that LMPD unlawfully stopped, searched, detained, and arrested people during street enforcement activities, including traffic and pedestrian stops?
Objection to form. You can answer if you know.
I'm sure that occurred on some occasions.
Would you agree that LMPD unlawfully discriminated against black people in its enforcement activities?
Objection to form. You can answer if you know.
I'm sure that happened in certain cases in individual circumstances, yes.
The DOJ accused LMPD of discriminating against black people, violating people's rights, using excessive force, and conducting searches based on invalid search warrants.
I was surprised by Conrad's answers. He was being truthful about the DOJ report. It shows that leadership at LMPD knew these things, and instead of doing the right thing, did exactly the wrong thing and fostered an environment where the violation of people's constitutional rights was acceptable. Would you agree that Louisville Metro and LMPD engaged in a pattern or practice of conduct that derived people of their rights under the Constitution and federal law?
Objection to form. You can answer if you can.
I don't know that, but it's, again, in the report, and I don't think the Department of Justice would have included it if they did not have sufficient evidence to make that statement.
Okay.
To watch all of Conrad's answers to the DOJ report, head to our website, and it's also on the WDRB News official YouTube page. With photojournalist Darius Bowie, Valerie Chin, WDRB News.